There's nobody here, so I'm just gonna stand here and talk to myself for a second.
And next in the background.
This is my daughter, Maddie. She just wants to be on camera. You want to say hi again?
Hello.
She's a dancing machine.
Intermission dance to get this started.
Okay, so hello everybody. I'm Mickey of Mickey's Kitchen. This is my daughter Madison.
Hello.
She's just here for a good time and to dance and do what she does. So anyway, I'm slightly I don't know. I don't really do lives. Don't do them well. I'm a bit of a rambler, but I decided today to try to do something really quick, which is okra. Now, my friend Mia Marcelli so fondly calls me Okra Winfrey, and I love that name because it's very suiting for me. Because like Oprah, I like to talk, and we already know the okra part. But anyway, we are here in my kitchen in Kentucky, and I am going to make some fried okra. You all should have knew it was okra if you know me. I promise one day I'm going to talk about more than okra, and I'm going to do more than okra. But okra is really quick, so I figured it'd just be a good feel for, you know, some practice for me, I guess, and just to say hey to y'all. So anyway, let's get to it. So I'm going to turn my heat on medium-high heat. And let me tell y'all something. If I burn this okra up, which I probably won't, but let me just tell you, this is a very high heating element. It is called a quick boil. It's for boiling water really rapidly and getting it up to a boil. But this happens to be my favorite burner. So, I'm a risk taker, y'all. I like a challenge. But when I make barbecue sauce, for those of you that know I make barbecue sauce, sometimes I get a nervous wreck when I use this burner because it gets piping hot in seconds. So anyway, we're going to get started. My hands are already clean and have been washed. I'm real big on hand washing. So anyway, last time I made okra, and look, can y'all see that? Look, I have a mess of okra. Hey Pam, hey Mia, and everybody else. What'd you say, Amanda? You made it? Hey, thanks. Amanda says she made it and it was fire. That makes me very happy. So, me and Maddie typically eat okra. I really have to bend my neck. I'm afraid to move this camera because I want you to see the skillet. This skillet is going to be ready to go here in a minute, so I better probably wrap my rambling up. But anyway, me and Madison pretty much have an okra snack every other day, sometimes every day, depending on what my garden is doing outside. Well, we got us a good old mess here, whether you can see that or not. Probably about, I don't know, 9 pieces or so. So anyway, this time I tried to make my okra thin. That's not the thinnest one I got. Some I got a little too thin. That's like paper thin. But I typically, when I would make them before, I would make them this thick. So anyway, I found that whenever we run up on the really thin ones, they're our favorites. Hey everybody. Hi Lori and Tammy and Lamika. Love you more, Lori.
Hi.
Hi Tally. Hi everybody. Okay, I'm going to have to stop rambling because this grease is going to be off the chain. So the first thing I'm going to do is take this okra, and I would say this is maybe 3 cups. I don't measure a lot here. And I'm just going to go ahead and dump all this. Now, I typically make roasted okra. I usually don't even fry okra, but fried okra is really hitting right now and popping with me. I love it. So first thing we're going to do is let this cook for about a minute. Sometimes I let it cook 2 minutes. And it's on kind of high heat, medium-high heat. And we're going to just let this start browning just a little bit. Or maybe not browning, just cooking. The brown is going to come more when I put the meal on. And I'm a huge lover of granulated garlic. You know, the only thing about granulated garlic is it tends to burn. But I love it. I absolutely love granulated garlic. So I'm going to put that on a little bit later. And this is my big economy size Sam's Club's containers. Everything in this kitchen is humongous. Literally. So I rarely have regular size anything. But I'm going to put a little black pepper on here. I'm going to wait a second before I turn it. And then after it's cooked for the minute, well, honey, I put this timer on 1 hour, not a minute. Thank you. See what I'm saying? This is me in live. I'm chaotic all the time. Believe it or not, like, I don't know. Usually when I cook, I have music on and I'm very relaxed and I'm not really rambling to anybody. Well, sometimes I'm rambling to my family, but it has nothing to do with cooking. So you know what? Between me putting this timer on a minute, which is really an hour, it's probably been a minute. I don't even know. Is anybody out there timing this besides me? Probably not. So anyway, we got that done. It cooked a minute out here in TV land. We're going to put a little granulated garlic on it. And like I said, I like granulated garlic a lot. I like garlic in general. So I'm going to let this cook just a little bit more. And the important thing to remember with this is that you want to put your salt on here last after it's fried. Listen, is this not the cutest shaker? It's probably been 2 minutes. Let me scoot over, baby. Let me see what everybody's talking about.
Yeah, I've been trying to read.
What up, Kaylin? What up, everybody? Yeah, Mia, girl. It's probably going on 3 minutes. It's probably going to be some really damp okra instead of hard fried because I'm just in here, you know, doing this thing. So anyway, it's definitely been a minute. I'm going to take Mia's word on that, but I know that it has been. And I'm just going to take some plain old cornmeal. And normally I would just use a little measuring cup, but I'm getting cute for y'all, getting the little cute bowls out. And I'm just going to put this over this, lightly shake it. And the reason that I do my okra like this is because I personally don't like heavy coating on okra, like at all. So that's why I do it this way. I don't like the buttermilk dredge and, you know, then dipping it in cornmeal. It's too thick for me. You know what? I don't know if I should move this camera or, baby, you may want to scoot back, honey. It's a safety issue because your mama is all over the place.
Yep.
I'm going to try to show this to y'all. I don't know if you can see that or not. I got to get a better method going with this camera. So anyway, something I've been noticing about when I make this is that when it kind of starts smelling like popcorn, you're going in the right direction. And Maddie usually always says that. She usually always says, it smells like popcorn in here.
And it does.
And I don't think I put enough oil in here this time because it's usually a little bit more oil in here. But basically, all I'm going to do is just fry this till it starts getting, you know, as brown as... Look, do you see this? Did I tell you nothing in here is small? There's very few things in this kitchen that is standard size. Because I cook a lot. I use a lot of seasoning. So it just makes more financial sense for me to buy bigger things. But anyway, when you cook your okra, you want to space it out a little bit so it can kind of start browning and caramelizing. And normally, once I turn it off of the minute of cooking it without the meal, once I put the meal on, I cook it for like 4 to 5 minutes, medium to high heat, more medium than high. And that's really about it. We're just going to sit here and let this do its thing and let it get brown because I want y'all to see the final results. Excuse me. Madison is standing here like a brick wall. I know y'all can't see her, but she's literally here like a wall, and I keep hitting her. Lord, it smells good. It smells like popcorn. It really does. Hey, Tasha. Hey, everybody. Next time I do this video, or do a video, I'm going to try to do it with music in the background because I really like music. I like to cook and I like to jam. And I'm just hoping it won't take away from the sound quality of this video. You know, I should have timed this because I truly feel like I've been cooking this well beyond 4 or 5 minutes. And I definitely didn't put enough oil in it this time. And I usually have the opposite problem. I usually have plenty of oil. So by the time we got the tripod adjusted, and Marcus came home and saved me because I was struggling trying to get the tripod up and everything else going, I just threw a little grease in here and went on and you know. So I guess I'm going to have to learn to just be a little bit more cool during this video. But yeah, it's looking good so far. Back up, baby, so I don't burn you. And Madison typically isn't standing beside me when I cook. I don't know what you can see. I don't know what you can't see. But there it is, because all I see is comments and half the other half is me. So you may have seen that. You may not have seen it. I don't really know. We're going to have to work on some technical issues at the Stevens house. And I'm just telling y'all, I never cooked this okra this long. I don't know what's going on today, but I definitely didn't put enough oil. And it's really weird because I don't measure anything most of the time. And a lot of times when I give people recipes, it's hard for me to like put into words because I truly don't measure things. And I just think it's crazy that I make this okra literally, how many days in a week? 7? I probably make this okra 5 to 7 times a week. I always put enough oil. Today I'm doing a tutorial. It's not enough oil. I'm cooking this so much. It's probably about to be an okra smoothie, but it's not as brown as I like it. Okay, now it is getting brown. But it's a distinct smell when you know that you're getting there. It almost reminds you of popcorn. And usually, you know, and I have a little bit more oil, it fries it a little bit better. This is very lightly oiled for some reason. I don't know. I promise you all I've done this before. I feel very unprofessional. I feel like I don't cook every day. And I do. Thank you, Jessica. Lord Sherman, honey, I'm dying too. Oh, Brandy, honey. Listen, girl. The only time I do measure is when I bake. That is literally the only time. But when I'm in here channeling my inner Analyst Lee, and Analyst Lee is my grandma, for those of you who aren't from Harlan County and don't know who I speak of, but Analyst Lee is my grandma. And typically, you know, I don't measure. She didn't measure nothing. And she's the one who taught me to cook. But yeah, when I bake, you can show them. When I bake, I do measure, Brandy, because if not, it would just be a disaster. I know baking is a science. Maddie wants to show you her great grandma. That's Analyst, who I love and adore. Alrighty, that's good. So I just salted that. You couldn't really see it because we showing family pictures, we having reunions, we talking to our ancestors. Everything is going on right now. Literally everything. I don't know if this is a good picture or not. Can y'all see that good? Somebody. Hey, somebody. Brandy, Lori, Brian, anybody, Pooh, can anybody tell me if you can see this? Okay, so anyway, that's what it is. And typically, when I make this, I always take another paper towel. Now, this probably is going to be a disaster because I'm trying to do this where y'all can see. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. And if I literally set anything on here, it's going to melt and be an instant fire. I mean, piping hot. So I typically take this because I'm a weirdo and I just like things the way I like it. And I like to remove the excess grease and the excess meal. Okay. Maddie tossed that for me, honey. And it makes a much better presentation. And you can see that it's dry. Like the meal isn't so much, you know, packed on there. It's just really light and it's almost crumbly and airy, but baby, that's the way I like it. I don't like it thick. I like it crispy. And like I said, for some reason today I've cooked this to death. I guess I need to put a timer on because as y'all can see, I have shiny ball syndrome, which means when something goes past me, I get distracted. So maybe next time I'll set my timer. I don't know. And by the way, my back feels like it's melting because of that on fire eye, which is off. But anyway, hope you all enjoyed the madness. Thank you, Mia. Thank you, man. I'm just now noticing people are saying they can see it. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. And maybe next time I'll do something different. I don't know, because let me tell you something. Typically, when I'm up in here cooking, like It's a lot. Like, I don't typically cook easy meals. Like I said, my grandma taught me how to cook. So most things that I cook have steps, and they take prep, and they take at least 2 hours. And, you know, I'm very blessed to be able to stay home so I can, you know, cook like that on most days. So I know most people don't have that convenience. And maybe that's even something I can look into, like some easier meals or trying some new stuff that I've never tried. Maybe we can learn to do some different things together. But, honey, I just, yeah, I'm just an old school cook. Literally, I am. And like I said, it's because of my grandma. And everything that I do is pretty much from scratch and not easy. And when I say not easy, I don't mean that it's hard for me, but like, you know, it takes a little time. You got to let something simmer. You got to season it. You got to love it. Maybe even talk to it a little bit. Sing it a song. I'm always in here playing music. But when I do make a video, I'll try not to sing because that would be bad for us all. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Your grandma did good, girl. That's sweet of you. Listen, don't say that, Mia, because I will be in here a blubbering mess. Literally, because let me just tell you. Okay, now, Madison, I'm probably about to get emotional. I don't want to get emotional, but, you know, my grandmother was really my hero. She was my everything. And, you know, she stayed at home and she helped raise us. She, you know, I mean, she raised her kids. She helped my mom out with us. She was just a fantastic woman. And, you know, my grandmother, you know, stayed at home in my lifetime. I mean, she done other things, you know, in her younger years or whatever. But for anybody to compare me to my grandmother is the biggest compliment you'll ever give me. Look, my child's handing me paper towels. So anyway, sorry, I am an emotional person, but I don't know. Shout out to my granny in heaven. But thank you all for tuning in. So I guess I'm going to go now, and we're going to sample this okra because, honey, it's good when it's hot. I like it when the grease is still popping in the cornmeal. That is the best way. But I love you all very much, and thank you for the sweet words. Lord, Brandy, chill. Listen, I can't with y'all. Thank you for everybody for the sweet words. And thank you for everybody, for mentioning my grandma, for everybody that knows her. I swear, I can't do anything because when it comes to her, Lord, that woman was everything to me. But anyway, love you all. Thank you for tuning in. Maddie, tell everybody bye.
Bye. Bye. Have a spicy day.
Lord Jesus. So anyway, catch you all next time. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.